Good morning, gang. I'm going to start your Saturday out with some good news. Yeah, I know we don't get that too often, so let's enjoy it while we have. Sure seems like the world is finally fed up with this Ukraine BS that is coming about, or has been going on, not even coming about. Lately, in the last week or so, we've heard Sweden say, we're done supporting this crap. We can't afford it. We heard France say, this is the last of what we're sending you. We can't afford it. Germany has said now for the better part of a month, they can't afford it. The U.S. public, at least the ones with a brain, are finally coming around to what we've been talking to forever, is we have no part in this. We shouldn't be wasting our money on it. And so the support for Ukraine is finally dwindling. And that's a good thing because, again, they're not a NATO ally. They're not an ally, period. Okay. We have no business there. Really, it doesn't matter. Okay. But I want to give you this. You think about what we've been through. The United States is currently $31 trillion in debt. Yeah, we passed that number a week ago. We spent $5 trillion in Iraq and Afghanistan. We were in a war for 20 years and literally got nothing out of it. Fine, Saddam Hussein is gone. Big deal, okay? The Taliban is still in control of Afghanistan. I mean, let's think about this. $5 trillion is a hell of a lot of money for a limit, the contract killings, if you will. $5 trillion to get Saddam Hussein. That's what we spent. Okay. And did it change anything in the Middle East? No, it's still a shithole. So now we're going to go do the same thing in Ukraine, right? Or at least that's what the government wants. And it's kind of funny because now some of the bigger voices are saying, piss off, basically. Earlier this week, you had a foreign minister for Ukraine tell Elon Musk to F off over some of the comments he made. And Elon Musk said, fine, I will. If you're not aware, communications in Ukraine have pretty much been destroyed. Okay, how they've still got cell phone systems or wired phone systems or internet or anything like that is spotty at best. Let's put it that way. So Musk had gone in and given the Ukraine military access to his internet, if you will, Starlink, for free. He was paying for it. To the tune where he has already eaten $80 million in paying for this. So the Ukrainian military can have communication, right? And the response Musk had to being told to F off was, fine. Somebody's going to pay for this, otherwise I'm shutting it off. And of course, Musk said, okay, Pentagon, you want to piss away money left and right to Ukraine? How about paying us for the stuff that we're giving you? And of course, our illustrious press secretary waffled on the whole thing. Said, well, it's a Department of Defense question. You only speak for the president who kind of runs the Department of Defense, dumbass. But this is what is going on, okay? And hopefully Musk says, off, you're done, okay? Now, of course, Biden wants to send more money and more money to Ukraine. We know why, all right? They've got some serious dirt on him and Hunter that if it ever sees the light of day, will have Joe in shackles so fast it won't be funny, okay? We have no idea the depths of the corruption that Joe and Hunter have gotten into. Could we be talking about just financial corruption? Could we be talking about any sort of, let's just say killings, whatever would be, eliminating enemies, this sort of stuff. That'll eventually come out. How criminal the cabal is that the Biden family runs. And then you've got to follow the money and see how much further it goes, because obviously Joe isn't smart enough to make the decisions on what to feed the cat in the morning, let alone, how to destroy a country. But the people have finally got fed up with it. And I mean, I've been saying since the beginning, I don't have a horse in this race. I really don't care. If Russia takes over Ukraine, I don't care. Okay. If Russia takes over Europe, I don't care. Okay. Somebody made a comment the other day about, Putin's trying to put back the USSR and everything like that, and you don't care. No, really, I don't. As long as he doesn't try to put it back together on U.S. soil. He tries to do that, then we got a problem. The rest of it, I don't care. All right? That's for the Germans to care about, the British to care about, the French to care about, the Swiss to care about. They need to care about their own country. But apparently they don't. Europe just says, nah, we'll just let the U.S. taxpayers pay for it. No. Sorry, no. $5 trillion in Afghanistan and Iraq, and we got nothing for it, okay, except more debt, okay? Reduces our standard of living. So now what do we have? What does this lead to if we don't do anything? Well, it leads to Cold War II, which I think is what's coming, all right? Because now we have 3 players in this, the U.S., Russia, and now China is going to be in it. And, obviously our dealings with China are not on friendly terms, and those are falling further by the wayside. Good, because I'm personally of the opinion, cut China off and let them sell their shit to the rest of the world. And the hell with it, we'll make our own here. Right? Again, I'm not going to apologize for my personal stance of being an isolationist. I always have been. You guys know that. I could give a rat's ass what happens in the rest of the country. Okay, I'm concerned with what happens here. I don't care about the Egyptian mother who, whatever, but I certainly do care about the mother in Philadelphia who, whatever, okay. Maybe the American public is starting to wake up and say, we don't want another 20-year war. This isn't our fight. We don't care. It doesn't affect us. What is affecting us is our standard of living is going down. Our inflation is going up. And, as much as everybody says, spending doesn't have anything to do with inflation. Spending has everything to do with inflation. And spending money over in Ukraine, every dollar we spend there is one less dollar we spend here. I mean, Patera did a video, maybe about 5 days ago or something like that, about what you could have done with the money instead of giving it to Ukraine, and what you could have done for schools, what you could have done for homeless vets, what you could have done for food banks, whatever it would be. And that's what amazes me. Why is it that the American people are the least important people of all to our government? We're important for 2 things. The American people are. We're important for 2 things. We're important to vote for these idiots. They need us to do that. And we're important to generate tax revenue. That's it. Other than that, politicians could give a rat's ass about you and me. And everything they talk about other than those 2 things is just chatter. Okay? Means nothing. The good news is the people are starting to turn on support for Ukraine, which in turn means the people are starting to turn on support for the warmongers that we have in Washington, from both parties, no doubt. I mean, it used to be the Republicans were the ones accused of being warmongers. The Democrats are just as far deep now, and they're the ones pulling the strings. And the Republicans there are going, yeah, fine. We're happy to go in and spend money over there because Lockheed and Raytheon and GD and everybody will make more money, and they're my big contributors. Okay. So yes, for all those that say two wings of the same bird, in this topic you're correct. Okay. Most of the other ones you're wrong, but this one you're correct. So take it as a good thing right now that everything's blowing up with support for Ukraine. I mean, Zelensky came out the other day and said he needs $5 billion more and he wants all this money every day. You know, there was another Ukrainian on, I saw the clip and I didn't record it and I can't find it now, about saying, we lie. That's what Ukrainians do. The more we lie, the more we get. Something along those lines. Okay. Sorry, that's just the truth. And this was, again, not my words. That was his. So, let's hope that, honestly, we do have a Cold War too. Because I'd certainly rather have a Cold War than a hot war. Pinball out.